It's a new week. I have no idea if it's going to be better. It has to be, right? Last week was not the best for all of us for many reasons, but this week has to be better. And I am so grateful to start it with a positive attitude. And as always, with so much gratitude for you and everybody who watches, including Don David and Ashley M. I am Perez Hilton, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and I am here on YouTube live doing hot topics every weekday at the same time, 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. If you can, please, pretty please, consider becoming a member of my channel. You know, my views are down, but my spirits are not, well, my spirits are down too. Everything is cyclical. Views come and go. Spirits are up and down. Unless you're just really lucky and are like constantly in a really level place. If you can and want to support my channel, please consider becoming a member. Your support would mean so much. And you also get a really cool badge like Ashley M has, or Don David has, or Munchie has. The little star like Dee Morrison also has, which lets everybody know you're a member and you're a VIP member of my fam. And you get to chat live with me during all of the premieres because they are member only mode. And I have just switched it to member only mode. So let's get on with the show. Bleep, blop, bloop. Okay. I had a great weekend. I've had a great week, but it's been exhausting, y'all. I think I told you. Did I tell you? I'm pretty sure I told you. I've told you. I definitely talked about it on my family YouTube channel. My mom is in Miami with my middle child, Mia, still. And I felt sad for my kids that, you know, they weren't in Miami too. My mom sprung this on me at the last minute and whatever. I said yes. She, you know, I need help. I can't go to Miami on my own anymore. I'm too old and I don't want to take Mario because he's not as social, and Mia will be fine if I go to visit old people and she can just sit there and she's blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, so I planned the most. I've been doing something with Mario and Maite every single day since Grandma has been gone. And honestly, I feel guilty, but also it is what it is. I've committed to it, and I've been doing so much from my kids that it's taken away from my work. I've been less productive with work. I'm not posting as many videos on here as I normally do. And that's also costing me money. I'm not making as much as I normally do because I'm not posting. I'm not as productive as much. So, that gives me anxiety, but I know that my kids have had the best time. We've done so much. We even went to see the Backstreet Boys this weekend, which was epic. And I'm not exaggerating. It was epic. Everybody. I still can't stop thinking about the show. It was just larger than life. Everybody. Anyways, I think I hope it'll be a core memory for them where they will remember that forever. And Mia will remember her trip to Miami with Grandma forever also. So everybody wins. Thank you, Benita. Yeah, I did a review for Backstreet. I'm going to start sharing. I did a little recap video, a little recap post on my Las Vegas Perez Instagram. But those weren't even like the best videos. Like I saved the best videos for standalone pieces of content that I'm going to share here on YouTube. Anyways, let's get to it because we got a lot to talk about. I got a new podcast out, by the way. If you guys want to support, that's another way that you can. Check out the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker, out now on iHeart Podcasts or wherever you stream your favorite shows, or directly at perezpodcast.com. Do any of you watch that show, The Gilded Age? I keep hearing about it, and apparently it's like sometimes it takes a while for a show to pop, but The Gilded Age has popped. This latest season, viewership is up 20%. That's impressive. Viewership is up 20% in its third season compared to season number 2, and it just got renewed for a fourth season. I don't know a single thing about it, but I do know it's a drama. Oh, I don't know. Why did I think it was a comedy? It's a period drama? Sounds boring to me. But people are liking it. Hi, Melissa. All right. Also, this I did not mention previously. I talked about last week that Donald Trump approved the merger between CBS's parent company, Paramount, who recently announced that they were canceling Stephen Colbert's Late Show, and Skydance. The merger needed Trump approval. The FTC approved it, but part of the merger and Trump's settlement with Paramount is that now 60 Minutes, which was part of this sham lawsuit that Trump filed, the most ridiculous. It's just, I don't even want to get, I'm going to move on quickly. Don't you worry. 60 Minutes will now have a Corey. Thank you, Corey. 60 Minutes will now have a bias monitor who will report directly to Trump. The amount of media, universities, and law firms bending the knee and kissing the ring is repulsive, repugnant, ridiculous, all the riz. Speaking of ridiculous, this should tie up everything with a nice little bow. Remember the week before last, that Coldplay CEO story? The CEO ended up resigning from the company. Then, just a couple days ago, the other woman, the one that he was caught with at the Coldplay concert, she, Kristen Cabot, now has also resigned from the company. And the company, Astronomer, released a funny video starring Gwyneth Paltrow, Chris Martin's ex-wife. However, it was a little less funny after I found out that Ryan Reynolds' marketing company was responsible for that video. Everything Justin Baldoni has just left a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Also, if this were a normal week, I would have probably made a couple of Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively videos by now, but you guys, I'm not even sorry. Life. Sometimes I'm going to operate mid. I try my best, but some days, some weeks, like I'm still playing catch up on everything from my website. Like, I haven't socialized a lot of these articles and a lot of these links, and I have OCD. Like, I can't not socialize it Does that make sense? Like, if I have an article on my website, I need to know that I did everything that I'm supposed to do for that. Because I've still got to, I got to keep the mothership going. The web PerezHilton.com is still around. God bless, 21 years later. Hopefully you guys check out PerezHilton.com daily. That's another wonderful and easy way to support. If you want to support, please read PerezHilton.com daily throughout the day. So I'm still like last week was bonkers with all of those deaths. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, everything else. A lot of Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni updates. Like, I was making all of these videos, and my responsibilities to promote the articles on my website, like sharing them on my community tab here, posting them on Instagram, I couldn't do it all. So, anyways, sorry. Justin Baldoni, he and his wife, Emily, both shared tributes to each other on social media, celebrating and commemorating their 12th wedding anniversary. Aww. And that's also a nice way to shut up the haters. Justin Baldoni and his wife are not getting a divorce. I saw this one creator making that false assertion. Thank you, Melissa. Also, I mentioned in a video, oh my God, this triggered my anxiety so bad. I spent so much time. When did I post it? Saturday? I spent so much time on Saturday making this long ass video about Blake Lively withdrawing subpoenas from several content creators. And then that video had audio sync issues at various points throughout the video. I literally started crying. I don't know why it happened, but I started crying because I spent so much time on it, and I know it affected viewership. Like, some people probably, the audio's sick. I'm tuning out. Whatever. An update to that, I mentioned how on Saturday, Blake Lively's lawyers sent this letter to the judge withdrawing the subpoena from several creators, not directly because they didn't subpoena the creators directly. Instead, they subpoenaed her legal team, they subpoenaed the Googs, YouTube, and other social platforms. Well, many of those creators who filed motions to actually all of them, the judge ruled today that all of the creators who filed motions to quash last week, their motions to quash are denied because the subpoenas have been withdrawn by Blake Lively. And because of that, the judge denied all of their motions for sanctions against Blake Lively. Well, I think, unfortunately, these creators are going to need to submit, and they should, submit brand new protective orders. That could mean different things depending on how the creators word them and how the judge rules. But one of the possible outcomes that could happen, I just spit. One of the possible outcomes that could happen is the judge might have to sign off on all of her subpoenas before she serves them. Which, I'm shocked that's not the process. I would think the judge would have to sign off on the subpoenas. Let me just confirm that. Does a judge need to sign off on? Generally, no. A judge doesn't always have to sign off on a subpoena. In many jurisdictions, attorneys can issue subpoenas on behalf of their clients, particularly in civil cases. However, there are situations where judicial approval is required, such as when the subpoena is directed to a high-ranking official or when a motion to quash is filed. So, as I mentioned, I'm glad my information was correct. If some of these creators from last week who just today had their motions to quash denied by the judge and the request for sanctions denied because Blake Lively voluntarily withdrew the subpoenas, these third parties, they non-parties, sorry, I think third parties and non-parties are, well, they're non-parties, really. They're not even third parties. I think those creators should file protective orders and consult with each other or do it jointly. No, don't do it jointly. Each one should do it separately. Okay? All right, let's keep it moving, keep it loose, keep it cute. Jennifer Lopez just celebrated a birthday. She turned 56 years young and released a new song called Birthday. Have any of you heard it? This new J-Lo song is so basic. It's so basic. And I love J-Lo. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just so basic. But happy birthday. In more music news, Tate McRae, who I'm a big fan of. I do like Tate McRae a lot. I want her to have more hits, though. She needs more hits, but I do like Tate McRae. She had been dating Kid Laroi for a while, and they just called it quits. Wah, wah. Also, if you're in Vegas, in addition to going to see Backstreet Boys, there's a new show that you all need to check out. It's called Bob Marley Hope Road. And going into this show, I never really would have considered myself a Bob Marley fan, but I'm like, wow, I know so many of these songs, and I really like these songs, and this show is immersive and spectacular. I cannot stop raving about it and thinking about it, just like the Backstreet Boys. How lucky and blessed am I to be able to witness these two productions back to back. My spirit and soul needed them. Also, Beyonce was in Vegas this weekend, and this might be a hot take. It might be controversial, but while on one hand, I think it's cool that Beyonce brought out Destiny's Child for the final show of her Cowboy Carter tour. First, it would suck if you were in the audience for the Friday night show with no special guests. Saturday night got Jay-Z, Destiny's Child, and Shabuzi. They got a bunch of special guests. But I think it's just lame at this point of Beyonce continuing to feed her fans Destiny's Child crumbs. You know, they got back together for the Super Bowl, for her halftime show. They got back together for her Coachella performance. And now they got back together for the last show of the Cowboy Carter tour. Like, just give the fans what they want. Give them a full, or give them like a hybrid. I feel like if Beyonce wanted to do a Destiny's Child tour, if Beyonce wanted to, her next tour can be Beyonce featuring Destiny's Child, where they do Beyonce hits and Destiny's Child hits. And the DC girls can be there in the whole time or part of it, and even let Kelly Rowland do some of her songs, When Love Takes Over, yeah, and let Michelle sing like a gospel number or something, but like, I'm tired of her. Like, just give the fans more Destiny's Child, even if it's in this hybrid idea of mine. I like that idea. Bring the girls with you on your next tour, do all the songs as a trio together, and then have them join you on some of your solo songs, and have them spotlight each of them and all of that. I do love Kelly, Ashley M. I do love Kelly. All right, in other news, you guys, I told you this, I forget, like weeks ago. I said, I heard it through the grapevine that Taylor Swift is going to be dropping a new album next month in August. And guess what? I was right. I was right. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but Taylor Swift was spotted filming a new music video in Los Angeles, and it was so top secret, they wouldn't even play the song. Like, she had on in-ear monitors so she could hear her vocals and her lyrics and all of that, but everybody else just got in-ear monitors and a click track, I think, or the click track was played by speakers, but exciting. I'm so curious what this new Taylor era is gonna sound like. In more music news, Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas were just spotted at an Oasis show in London, holding hands. A click track is a term for it's just like you just hear clicking. It's like what some musicians use when performing on stage to like keep them on tempo or keep them. I don't know how to really describe it that well. Maybe somebody in the comments section can describe a click track better. Yeah, Ana de Armas and Tom Cruise were spotted holding hands at an Oasis concert. I don't even care about. Why did I talk about this? They've denied that they're more than just colleagues. Whatever. He's a Scientologist. Poor Nikki Bella. Have any of you seen Happy Gilmore 2? She revealed that she had all of her lines cut out from Happy Gilmore 2. Like it was more than just a cameo. She was supposed to play a character, and all of her lines were cut. She still appears in the movie, but without dialogue. Oops. Speaking of actors, Winona Ryder revealed in a new interview that when she was in her early 20s, she confessed to a much, much older Al Pacino that she had the hots for him. In a new interview, she said, finally, he's dropping me off wherever I'm staying, and I'm like, I love you, I really am completely in love with you. She recalls about this time when she was just 22 or so, and he responded, "Aw, honey, no." Ouch. And Winona Ryder at 22, that was like her freaking heyday, man. She was a huge star then. Crazy. Also, Mariah Carey's, there's no excuse for this sloppiness. If any lambs are watching this, you all need to let Mariah Carey know that this is unacceptable. Let me show you this. Mariah Carey released a new song that I actually think it's pretty cute. The song is called Sugar Sweet. And look at this. She couldn't even be bothered to do a lyric video. So they just put up this image. That's the name of the album. It's not even the name of the song. The song is called Sugar Sweet. And look at this. How freaking lazy. This is on Mariah's real YouTube account with over 12 million subscribers. They couldn't even properly label the video so that like it shows up easier when you do a search on YouTube or Google. This is crazy. This is so lazy. So lazy. Speaking of lazy, I am going to come to the defense of Justin Timberlake. I know he has gone super viral with people leaving some not so nice comments about him because of this one shtick he does during his tour. But like, I went to see him in concert. I saw this tour last year. This is the never ending tour. He sings throughout the whole show. Like there are parts that he has people sing for him. And like, I don't want to hear that, but whatever. He's amazing live. And I can say this as somebody who doesn't like him as a person, but he's a great performer. But I think the bigger picture is, wow, how crazy that Justin Timberlake is so disliked these days. He went from being the biggest star on the planet, or one of them, to now being a punching bag. And this tour has had so many accusations and drama like this. And then it was like the dad moves and he looks old and, oh, the boner and, oh, the poor ticket sales. Like this has been the plagued tour. And despite it all, he still may not do an NSYNC reunion next year like he should. But it sucks. I feel like that's the only thing Justin Timberlake could do to make things better, an NSYNC reunion. And he could announce it now while he's still on tour, but he's not. And that's fine. Whatever. I still think he's great live. And I think these clips are very selective. Selective is what I think. And that's it for today. Yay, we did it. Happy Monday. I love y'all. Thank you for bearing with me while I've made my kids a bigger priority. Like, my kids are always a big priority, but like, god damn, we've gone out every single day for like a long outing the last week. And I'm not done yet. Thank you for watching. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. Until then, please hit that like button, share this video, and leave a comment. As soon as the live stream is over, everybody can comment, okay? Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.